विल पावर चाहिए बस, विल पावर है तो हो जाएगा. And Libya was full of rebels. We saw the rebels moving on with their rifles, in their open trucks. It was that unsafe. Indians हैं, हमको वापस लेके आना. Whatever the sea state. Every defeat is actually a step towards success. That's how you should look at life also.
आज हमारे साथ है रिटायर्ड एयर मार्शल मोहन राव सर, जिन्होंने मिराज 2000 फ्लाई किया था कारगिल वॉर में और उसके बाद thousands ऑफ लोगों को कमांड किया है यूजिंग हिज लीडरशिप क्वालिटी. आई एम जस्ट इमेजिनिंग यू इन द फाइटर जेट मिराज 2000 on the field Kargil War. So what were the thoughts which were going on in your mind?
You have all the duties and responsibilities of doing your mission and come back and land safely. That's what is leadership.
So the younger generation with AI, with leadership qualities, are there enough leadership opportunities into the armed forces?
This tech savvy has really helped the Air Force in getting these people. They're able to understand things much better. So when you become a young officer, you don't stop learning anytime. You're learning about that aircraft. You have to learn how to fly and how to handle it in an emergency. Those kind of things you have to learn. NDA is grooming you towards. In the army, आपको infantry जाना है. In Navy में आपको you have to go to ships as an engineer or as an executive officer. When you look back, yes, NDA is indirectly shaping you towards that.
हेलो एवरीवन, वेलकम टू द करियर मंत्रना पॉडकास्ट, जहाँ पे हम लोग अलग अलग करियर ऑप्शंस की बात करते हैं और उन लोगों को इनवाइट करते हैं जिन्होंने उस करियर में एक मुकाम हासिल किया है. मैं हूँ आपकी होस्ट अंकिता संचिती और इस बार आज हम उस करियर की बात करने वाले हैं जो बहुत ही रिस्पेक्टफुल और एडवेंचरस करियर है, इंडियन आर्म्ड फोर्सेस. इस करियर के बारे में बात करने के लिए आज हमारे साथ है रिटायर्ड एयर मार्शल मोहन राव सर, जिन्होंने मिराज 2000 फ्लाई किया था कारगिल वॉर में और उसके बाद thousands ऑफ लोगों को कमांड किया है यूजिंग हिज लीडरशिप क्वालिटी. सो लेट्स टॉक टू हिम एंड अंडरस्टैंड हाउ द इंडियन आर्मी लुक्स लाइक. सर की कहानी है करेज, डिसिप्लिन और लीडरशिप की. आई एम वेरी श्योर ये कहानी आपको इंस्पायर भी करेगी और आर्म्ड फोर्स चूज करने के लिए आपको एक सही राह भी दिखाएगी. सो लेट्स स्टार्ट दिस कॉन्वर्सेशन. सर, सल्यूट टू यू एंड वेलकम टू द करियर मंत्रना पॉडकास्ट.
Thank you, Ankita. Good morning. Thanks for getting me over here.
Thank you so much, sir, for coming. It's absolutely an honor and privilege that you are sitting in front of us. The person who have actually flied Mirage 2000 in Kargil. It's an absolute honor, sir.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
So, sir, let's start from the beginning. So, as a student, when did you actually feel NDA में जाना चाहिए that I want to serve my country?
So, as a student, I must say that I was studying in Shillong in northeast. That's part of Meghalaya, capital of Meghalaya. Now, if you know northeast, there's not much of orientation towards the defense, at least those days. But yeah, I joined. I was selected for NDA in '79, and I joined in '80. But before that, in the say class 7, class 8, class 9, I had some army brats as my classmates. There were some Air Force brats as my classmates. मेरे classmates थे वो लोग, and somehow we would connect and tell stories about what their fathers were doing in the defense forces. To add to that, since I was there in Shillong for quite some time, the 71 war had happened. Where Bangladesh was liberated. So we had seen from very close, how, and Bangladesh was so close. Lights out, the operations in Bangladesh. That was one, was there in our minds, that's what the defense forces can do. And to add to that, I was in St. Edmunds in Shillong. The principal, may his soul rest in peace, Brother Shannon, he was very interested in showing us war movies.
Okay.
And well-known movies of those time, even now people watch it, like the Bridge Over the River Kwai, A Bridge Too Far, Longest Day, and things like that. So we all got, something was there in our minds that, yeah, it looks good. And that's how, when this chance came, we said, okay, let's try for NDA. And that's how it happened.
Okay, that sounds inspiring because just looking at other people, other friends, father, you actually had that dream कि actual field पे जाना चाहिए, the war which was happening with Bangladesh. So while all those things were going on, what do you think that when you entered NDA, what are the qualities which are required for students to actually excel in NDA?
Just like this, Ankita, when those days, talking of late 70s, there was no corporate Okay, there were no MNCs.
वो था ही नहीं कुछ.
वो सब कुछ नहीं था उन दिनों. तो उन दिनों क्या था, या आप डॉक्टर बन जाओगे, या आप इंजीनियर बन जाओगे, या फिर ब्यूरोक्रेट, या फिर डिफेंस. एंड broadly, these are the 4 categories you could join. So I was not cut out for maybe doctor and engineering. So I took this thing of leap into the defense. And actually speaking, before joining, you have those days you didn't have much. There was no internet, there was no social media. सब कुछ here and say था कि आप इंडिया जाओगे या फिर किसी एकेडमी में जाओगे तो ये ऐसे ट्रेनिंग होती है, ये हार्डशिप्स होते हैं, बट देयर वाज नो एक्सपीरियंस, नो वन टू टेल यू. Unlike today, you go to YouTube, you find so many of that information with you.
Correct.
So we were not well informed. But having gone there now and having seen, I can tell that now since the information is available, all the young children, I think they should focus. In the sense that, especially nowadays, you have Gen Y, Gen Z. तो उनके aspirations, उनके concerns अलग हैं. हमारे अलग थे. हम उतने informed नहीं थे. ये लोग बहुत informed हैं. And that is where we should understand that they're a different lot. So while we joined, we had no idea of what is going to be in the academies. But having gone through all that, I must say that whether it's Gen Z or our generation, as long as you're focused कि हमने ये करना है, तो आप उसी लाइन में जाते हो. अगर आप वेवर करोगे कि हम आज ये नहीं, हम वो करेंगे, हम या फिर हम चेंज ऑफ ट्रैक करेंगे, वर्क फ्रॉम होम इज आवर कल्चर नाउडेज, तो वो सब नहीं चलेगा. यू नो कि डिफेंस में वर्क फ्रॉम होम नहीं होता. इट इज यू हैव टू बी देयर ऑन द फील्ड, यू हैव टू बी देयर इन द यूनिट्स. Okay, and do whatever service you've been given to do. So what difference है? And so the young people now, they should just remain focused. I know there is distraction. There is you have corporate world, you have the MNCs, you can go abroad, study abroad and stay there.
Right.
But in that whole noise, if you just keep your mind clear that defense is also something which I can do, and I'm just telling that the young people, they should just give it a try. Why not?
Okay.
Nobody is forcing them.
Correct.
We can't sort of tell them that that's the only thing available to serve the nation. It's not like that. You can serve the nation in so many ways. So defense is one of the ways to serve the nation. And if you're inclined to do that seriously, then think about it and go ahead with the planning.
So I have 2 questions here, sir. One, you spoke about focus. So with social media, इतना distraction है कि बच्चे एक जगह पे बैठ के 3 घंटा पेपर भी नहीं लिख सकते. That is what the situation has come. So that's the one problem we are facing. And other, I think corporate world ने बच्चों को ऐसे दिखाया है, जैसे आपने बताया work from home culture या पैसा बहुत मिल रहा है. So what is that one thing which young mind should think कि अगर मेरे में ये quality है तो इंडिया में 100% कर सकता हो.
As long as you have determination and I would say that focus in yourself, I'm not talking of mental courage this time or physical courage, वो तो बाद में आएगा. लेकिन as when you're 16, 17, हम कब इंडिया ज्वाइन करते हैं? When we are what, 17?
Exactly.
17 and a half. We don't know much about the world. Okay, but then we have seen life, whatever we have in schools. So when we have, say, inter-school, anything, could be debate, could be a sports tournament. So when you don't win a debate, does it mean that you are a loser? When you don't win a match, does it mean you're a loser?
Absolutely not.
ऐसे नहीं होता. So if you remain focused, like I keep using the word focus, and oriented as to what is happening. The orientation is very important. मे बी आपके पेरेंट्स को पता नहीं क्या है डिफेंस के बारे में. मे बी आपके जो सराउंडिंग्स आप उनको नहीं पता क्या होता है डिफेंस के बारे में. बट इतनी अवेयरनेस है आजकल, इतना कुछ अवेलेबल है आजकल सोशल मीडिया पर, दैट यू कैन रीड एंड लर्न एंड रियली go in that direction and have the determination. I'm सेइंग अगेन, फिजिकल स्ट्रेंथ, मेंटल स्ट्रेंथ वो बाद में आएगा.
Okay. Okay.
लेकिन उससे पहले जो आपने अपने मन बनाना है
हाँ.
कि वही करना है मैंने,
हाँ.
वो दैट इज मोर इम्पोर्टेंट.
Okay, so that you suggest कि थोड़ा ऑनलाइन पढ़ के ले लीजिए, get an understanding what is actually there, and then you decide whether you want to go for it or not.
Yes, and definitely in today's world you have with social media, you can connect with anybody. You maybe your classmates or your batchmates are studying somewhere else who can give you information about defense. And any case, like you said, lot of material is available on the social media. There's no dearth of it. कि what are the qualifications?
Correct.
क्या स्ट्रेस करना है हमने जब जाते हैं सिलेक्शन के लिए, and what kind of written exam is there? सब कुछ अवेलेबल है.
Okay.
विल पावर चाहिए, बस विल पावर है तो हो जाएगा.
Correct.
Yeah.
So वो अंदर से फीलिंग आती है कि कॉर्पोरेट जॉब नहीं करते हैं, एयरफोर्स करते हैं, ये अंदर से लगता है?
ये एक्चुअली ये अंदर से ही आना चाहिए, क्योंकि आजकल जो डिस्ट्रैक्शन है कि, एंड ये मिथ भी है कि कॉर्पोरेट में लाइफ बहुत इजी है.
हाँ, वही.
यू नो, एंड हम एमएनसी ज्वाइन करेंगे तो लाइफ बहुत इजी है.
बट दैट्स नॉट द फैक्ट एक्चुअली.
इट्स नॉट द फैक्ट.
करेक्ट.
वी नो दैट यू हैव टू गिव योर 100%
Right.
in every field, but the life in the corporate is different. Okay, वो अलग से peer pressure है, आपकी performance, आपकी जो appraisal होती है, it's not easy. It's not easy to rise in
100%.
corporate.
Yeah.
तो ये कि myth है कि हम corporate join कर लेंगे, life easy है, एक ही जगह रहेंगे, pay and perks. But let me tell you, and bust this myth कि defense में जो emoluments हैं, जो facilities हैं, जो perks हैं, if you count all of them, I think it outweighs every other sphere, especially as a youngster when you're joining. I'm not saying at a senior level when you become CEOs and at that level that is different, but when you join as youngsters, जो आपको मिलता है जो corporate में है, I think you are better
Far
off.
better over here.
You are better off. Yes.
Right. So हम लोग जब डिफेंस की बात करते हैं, वी हैव अ मेंटल पिक्चर ऑफ हाउ द डे लुक्स लाइक. मतलब हमारे लिए वो डिसिप्लिन, सुबह 6 बजे उठना, यूनिफॉर्म पहना, दैट वी एक्चुअली बाहर से दिखता है. बट यू हैव एक्चुअली लिव्ड दैट लाइफ. सो 17-year-old वाचिंग दिस टुडे, उसके लिए कैन यू टेल हिम कि हाउ इज द डे इन द एनडीए लुक्स लाइक?
Let me tell you that it is quite regimented the whole life in NDA. It's a defense academy. It is not a sports academy or some other academy where there is sort of leeways given. अगर आपको 6 बजे उठना है तो 6 बजे उठना है. अगर 6 बजे आपकी पीटी क्लास है, ये 6 बजे नहीं, आपको तो 4 बजे उठना पड़ेगा, 4:30 बजे उठना पड़ेगा, because you have to do other things. And especially in NDA we move on bicycles. आपकी बाइसिकल रेडी होनी चाहिए, आपका जो सैशल होता है उसमें आप सामान रखते हैं, दैट शुड बी रेडी. कभी कभी साइकिल पंक्चर हो जाती है तो you have to make sure that everything is, how will you reach your PT class if your cycle is punctured? So 6 बजे class means you have to get up before that. Similarly, उसके बाद जो भी routine है, it's all regimented. And it is different from civil life in the sense कि आपकी जो working hours may not be that early. But in civil also, when you say कि आपकी work from home में आपका कोई call है या meeting call है, 9 बजे है, तो आप ये नहीं कि आप 9 बजे आप तैयार होंगे.
Right.
उससे पहले आप तैयार होते हैं, उससे पहले आप रेडी करते हैं, आप प्रिपेयर करते हैं अपने आप को. So life is, in terms of planning, is not very different. It's just that in NDA, it gets a little physical because आपको it's a lot of stress on physical activities, PT, drill, sports, apart from studies. Studies तो है ही है. And of course, with the and there are 6 different terms. फर्स्ट टर्मर, सेकंड टर्मर से लेके 6 टर्मर्स, तो वो अलग से प्रेशर होता है कि somebody senior sitting on you. Okay, so I'm not saying that in corporate world it's not there. You have your peers and your superiors who are there. Yes, so like I said, the time management वहाँ भी चाहिए और यहाँ भी चाहिए, दोनों जगह चाहिए. But it's a different kind of activities, I can say.
So physical activity plus books is what your day looks like.
Yes, in NDA what day looks like is you get up in the morning. 6 बजे आपकी या ड्रिल होगी या पीटी होगी, फिर स्विमिंग हो सकता है, ये सब मॉर्निंग में हो जाता है. एक आध क्लास हो सकता है, अदरवाइज मॉर्निंग इज ऑल डिवोटेड टू फिजिकल एक्टिविटी.
Because you are most active in the morning.
Yes. And like could be horse riding, could be sailing, could be anything. And now you come back, have a quick breakfast and you go for classes. So yeah, breakfast के बाद जो करीब 9:30 से करीब 1:30 तक, there are four classes. And classes depending on what stream you have, it could be maths, it could be physics, chemistry, geography, and you get a degree by the JNU. So it's not that आप physical activity करके आप you'll just second priority is your studies. Your studies are equally important in your day-to-day life in NDA. For your merit, how you perform, studies, जो आप score करते हैं marks, that has got equal weightage with everything else. You may be very good in PT and parade, but if you're say mediocre in studies, so you'll not get your merit. I mean, merit important होती है right from beginning.
Okay.
Similarly, after lunch there is again bit of rest, but thereafter again you do sports, team sports. There is emphasis on team sports. There is no individual sports. अभी शुरू हो गया थोड़े बहुत, but अपने time पे it was mainly football, hockey, another team sport, basketball. Used to do boxing, cross country. Do all that, come back, have a cup of tea in the evening, and then get ready in your mess dress. It's a mandatory study period. आप चाहे पढ़ना चाहे ना पढ़े, there is a study period, and the seniors would come and watch because आप fail नहीं हो सकते. तो imagine you're very good in say horse riding, very good in boxing and football, but आप इसमें fail हो रहे हो, तो you will lose a term. There's no
so that balance is very important.
Yes. So unlike in school, maybe if you're very good in school in say sports, the sports merit will give you a push.
Correct.
It doesn't happen here. If you're bad in swimming, you're bad in swimming. You will not progress. If you can't ride a horse, basic, you will not progress further. And of course, after that is dinner by 8:30, and then you go to sleep. Compulsory lights out. There's a compulsory lights out because it is known fact that you need rest. Because अगले दिन फिर वही routine शुरू होगी 6 बजे.
Right.
And so PT parade.
So extremely disciplined life you guys live, and with that, do you think that actually helps you in building a good character and leadership quality? That actually helps you?
Oh yes, absolutely. Because like I said before joining, not much is known. Maybe अगर कोई आपके दोस्त है या भाई, brother, sister, now the ladies are joining, so you'll get some first-hand information. Otherwise, when you're going there, you have no information at all.
Right.
So when you go there, you start learning these things. Okay. There is a lot of stress. There are a lot of cadets who come from sailing schools, military schools. So उनको आदत होती है, this kind of life,
pure disciplined life.
This kind of life, they've been trained. But बाकी जो जैसे हमारे जैसे थे, once in a while in the mind आती है कि छोड़ के भाग जाओ यहाँ से, work it is that stressful.
Right.
But that's just a fleeting,
passing thought.
Passing thought. When you actually start staying there, and then you realize that this is what is life. It is making you something out of it. You come as a 17-year-old, when you pass out, you're about 19, 20. You'll be a changed person, and that's what makes you work harder there and go by that routine, whatever is there.
Wow. And so with connection to that, I can just imagine you having all this kind of discipline, and then I am just imagining you in the fighter jet Mirage 2000. You are on the field, Kargil War. So how did it make you feel? So what were the thoughts which were going on in your mind? Were there any thoughts or not?
See, when we're in NDA, firstly you join, you have to give your preference, Army, Navy or Air Force. So it is known कि आप क्या join करने वाले. I had given Air Force. So I know that Air Force is my future. But NDA में, the focus of training is different. Okay, the emphasis is on, brotherhood, on camaraderie, on making you mentally tough. Okay, getting you into that army, into that military life. उस टाइम हमको ये नहीं पता होता कि हम फाइटर जब ज्वाइन करेंगे, that too when I say Air Force, I could have joined transports, helicopters or fighters. Okay, so any one stream. So my desire was fighters, so I got fighters, I worked for it. But NDA में रह के आपको कोई आइडिया नहीं होता है कि
आप ये करने वाले हो, फाइटर जेट चलाओगे, फाइटर
स्क्वाड्रन में ये होने वाला है. ओके, जस्ट हियर एंड से होता है. अदरवाइज द डिटेल इन्फॉर्मेशन की आप इंडिया के बाद अब फाइटर फ्लाई करोगे और ये होगा फाइटर फ्लाइंग में, उतना आइडिया नहीं होता. बट when you join the fighter squadron, say in your 3 years, 4 years service, 5 years service, you're a youngster, and then you look back at NDA, okay, now you realize that NDA जो भी आपने PT की है, ड्रिल किया है, हॉर्स राइडिंग की है, आपने सीनियर से, if I can use the word, lot of not ragging, but it's a way of conditioning you.
Correct.
Okay, वो सब हुआ आपका. That is all helping you towards fighter flying, because after all, you need that kind of discipline in there. You need that kind of mental toughness to be in an aircraft in the cockpit, alone, or maybe with another pilot. So then when you look back, you said, yes, that NDA helps you so much. Unknowingly, NDA is grooming you towards not only fighter pilot, even in the army, आपको infantry जाना है, armored में join करना है, या navy में आपको you have to go to ships as an engineer or as an executive officer. When you look back, yes, NDA is indirectly shaping you towards that.
Yeah. Right. So all the students listening today might not face the war, as you rightly said, because when you start, you are obviously not sure कि war में जाने का मौका मिलेगा कि नहीं.
Yeah.
But every student listening today does face some challenges, as you said कि India में mentally strong बनाते हैं. So today, Gen Z, Gen Y, they are not mentally strong. They just get so much impatient, and also they get affected by small social media comments also. So can you recommend something so that mental peace or mental happiness, at least they get something out of it?
Yeah, you rightly said that they are, use the word, what they are, impatient?
Yeah, impatient, and they get distracted by their social media comments. They feel bad.
Distraction, yes, definitely is with the current generation, because I've seen my kids also go through the same phase, and I had to really monitor, and sort of guide them. After all, they are adults and you can't really do much.
Yeah.
Same with the younger generation, they're
100%.
adults.
Yeah.
But when you said that distraction is mainly because it's an overload of information. ये नहीं कि वो distract होना चाहते हैं. Okay, imagine if they go to a camp where there is no phones allowed. Okay, or even if allowed a phone, you're just allowed for 5 minutes. Okay, without an internet, just browse. They will be a different person. Just because इनके पास information available है, so they are confused. So they need guidance. Now, for example, in the school, when you say you're having a debate and you don't win a debate, does it mean that you sulk and your morale is down? No. So every failure, maybe in sports or maybe in debate or whatever you do in school at that level, 15, 16, 17 years old, every defeat is actually a step towards success. And that's how you should look at life also. So when you say that these people are distracted, we should understand that their aspirations are different. Okay, very easily at my age, I can say, and whatever generation we were, I don't know, we are Gen Z, there are different kinds, they're not this, not that. So easy to condemn them, but like I keep saying, we have to understand their aspirations and their concerns, and dispel the myths. And mentally tough is only even if you have a loss of any kind in your studies, or if you haven't got through any exam, that doesn't mean it's not the end of life. And same with when you join these services, the success is not guaranteed. ये जरूरी नहीं कि मान लीजिए आप एयरफोर्स ज्वाइन करते हैं, एयरफोर्स में आई वांटेड टू जॉइन फाइटर्स, मेरे को मिल गया फाइटर्स, फाइन. अगर मेरे को फाइटर नहीं मिलता, suppose I got transport helicopter, does it mean that's the end of life? It's not the end of life. They're equally good. Flying is flying. Whether you fly helicopter or transport. So similarly, if you don't get something, don't get disheartened. You look at any sports coach. Okay, pick up any YouTube, go to say soccer coach or cricket coach. In their dressing room, they'll all talk of this. That doesn't matter. You fail once, but that is teaching you something. Every failure teaches you something.
Correct.
It's a known thing. But like I said, this generation is a little distracted. They have to be guided. That's all.
Correct.
Yeah.
So they do have aspiration. थोड़ा guidance अगर दे दिया तो they'll be a better leader tomorrow.
Yes.
Even if it's armed force or any other field they choose
Yes,
in.
I feel so because they're so tech savvy. You know, अब जैसे Air Force में there's a lot of emphasis on technicalities. Air Force, more than Navy and Army, is driven by technology, by a lot of, I would say, software and related issues. It was also getting into Army and Navy, but because of our aircraft being, you know, 5th generation, modern aircraft, modern avionics, everything, so there's a lot of emphasis on all that. So they're so tech savvy that I've seen when I was commanding this base in Assam, all the younger pilots who were coming to Su-30s, we had a Su-30 base. हमको टाइम लगता था समझने में कुछ think about mission planning, you know, and how to extract the data analysis, but they were so fast. They were so fast, and the learning curve is much faster. These high tech
young people.
Yeah,
correct.
Like I said, this tech savvy has really helped the Air Force in getting these people. They're able to understand things much better. When you understand things much better and easier, you perform better, and then you start assuming your leadership roles. It really helps. So the tech savvy, the new generation jo hai, we really need them.
I think that's a very good insight, because a lot of people who are spending their time on mobile and computers, they think, their parents probably think कि इससे आगे कुछ education नहीं होने वाला. But now with this perspective, I think they'll have a better idea. If they are using good tools, right tools, which is helping productivity, then it would be really good.
Absolutely.
So with that, do you think artificial intelligence, which everybody is talking about, will that become a very big part of armed forces also?
Yeah, it will. We already know AI, what all it can do. Okay? It can defeat human beings in so many things we have seen. But AI will come into defense. In fact, it's already there. I can share that, you know, the Swedish aircraft Saab, there's a Saab Gripen aircraft, is already using artificial intelligence. They've already done those trials where it's helping the pilot to generate certain data and be ahead of the other pilot who's not using AI. Okay, but it's just a experimental
testing phase.
But yes, as of now, AI is getting into the defense forces, and it'll have a big role. In the sense that, and these people will probably know how to extract it.
Correct.
See, the analysis will be much faster. Data extraction much faster. Able to understand, जैसे mission fly करते हैं, mission planning, and then उसका जो mission debrief होती है, when you fly mission come back, there's a debrief. किसने क्या किया, कहाँ mistakes थे, कहाँ lessons learned. So artificial intelligence will, you know, enable the data extraction and data analysis at a much faster rate.
Right.
Okay, which and अगर ये AI trained है, AI trained नहीं भी है, तो I think Air Force will make the arrangement, or Defense will make an arrangement to enable whatever artificial intelligence can get into defense. Definitely, there's no doubt that AI will get into the defense.
Correct. So the younger generation with AI, with leadership qualities, are there enough leadership opportunities into the armed forces?
Just for AI?
No. So overall, I'm just saying AI is one of the factor. But young people coming in, they might think कि मेरे को as a leader role करने को नहीं मिलेगा. So are there enough opportunities as a leadership? जैसे इसमें CEO बनते हैं corporate में. So ऐसे Indian Armed Forces में ऐसे कोई phases है that they grow and they become a like CEO kind of thing?
Yes. So see, when you come into the Air Force, you're a young flying officer. I'm talking about Air Force. आप Navy में it is lieutenant in the Army and similar rank in the Navy. Now you have to grow from there. It's not that you will become, especially I'm talking about the Air Force, since I'm restricted to Air Force. आपने एक status attain करना है. आप तभी जाके leader बनोगे आप.
Correct, because even you have from young cadet to you were commanding thousands of people, right?
Yeah.
So if you can share that journey, probably that will give them a better idea.
Okay. So even as cadets, you know, we're given chance for leadership. Like you become an appointment, then you you assume certain responsibilities. आपने ensure करना है कि आपके जो subordinates हैं, they come on time to look after them. So NDA से शुरू होता है वो.
Okay, just like a monitor in the class, if I can
yes, correct.
simplify it.
But here the roles are much more.
Absolutely.
And you could be a squadron captain, you could be an academy captain. So those appointments are grooming you into leadership. When you join these services, you start from scratch again because now you're wearing uniform and you're wearing your rank. So you can't be for example, say in fighter flying, one of the achievements is being a 4 aircraft leader.
Okay.
Meaning that you have got your op status and you're a 4 aircraft leader, means you can lead 4 aircraft. That's like a professional achievement for you. So as you joined आप नहीं बन सकते.
Correct.
ठीक है,
correct. You have to prove yourself also.
You have to not only prove, it's mandatory that you read that. Otherwise you're not required. So while the Air Force is giving you that leadership of 4 aircraft lead in say 4 years, 5 years of service, and you do enough flying, but Air Force is also making sure that you do it without any distraction. So when you join, you're just doing flying. You've just focused on doing your own flying, getting your skills. Day flying, night flying, bombing करना है आपको, आपने दूसरों के साथ फ्लाई करना है, and ground training. ये एक myth थी कि जब हम इंडिया ज्वाइन किया तो हमने सोचा कि पढ़ाई नहीं करनी है.
That's what I also thought until the time I spoke with you.
So आपने सुना होगा बाकी भी YouTubes में, whenever hear any interviews, we all think कि इंडिया ज्वाइन कर लिया, डिफेंस ज्वाइन कर लिया, अब कोई पढ़ाई नहीं करना है. It's just the other way around. You have to keep studying. So when you become a young officer, you're learning about that aircraft. You have to learn how to fly. And how will you learn how to fly? Only when you study about that aircraft. Okay, how it maneuvers, what are the drawbacks of the aircraft, how to handle it in an emergency. Those kind of things you have to learn. And then your journey starts. Okay, and there's no distraction. While it's your human right, to have girlfriends and get married, but that distraction we try and tell the young officers, not now. Okay, because you're in a cockpit.
Correct.
That cockpit requires certain kind of peace of mind.
Right.
Okay, if you have the distractions of, that last night my girlfriend didn't give me a call or, or something similar, you'll not. So you stay in that 2-3 years in that zone, get your operational status, and then you become first aircraft, 2 aircraft leader. उसके लिए syllabus होता है. Everything's got a syllabus. So you can't escape that. And if you're not progressing, you'll be given extra sorties. And aptitude है तो आपको और progress करेंगे, आपको aptitude नहीं है, then you go to transport helicopters. So 2 aircraft lead, then you do night flying status. You have to be flying in the dark night when there's no moonlight. That's another achievement you have in your service. Then you become a 4 aircraft leader. So that's all part of training, and now you're becoming trained in leadership. When you lead 4 aircraft, means आपके साथ 3 पीछे और हैं.
Correct.
And you're a leader. You are the leader, means you have all the duties, responsibilities of taking the formation, doing your mission, and come back and land safely. That's what is leadership. अब वो तभी आता है जब आप उस zone में रह के आप work hard, So when you say artificial intelligence, these young people with their tech savviness, they will learn faster. By the time they join 3-4 years, AI will come in more.
Correct.
Yeah, but it's not simple. AI will not make it simpler. AI will help you.
Correct. Learn faster.
Yeah, but the steps involved towards leadership will be the same.
So people like me often imagine the armed forces war के zone में ही हम लोग imagine करते हैं. But when I was speaking to you before and took your profile and realized that this is not only about war, but also some of the services which you give it to the government as a command officer, humanities, where you have in fact done the Libya evacuation also, if I'm not wrong, right? So can you give me a little bit information about that and how that shapes you as a person? I absolutely agree the way you are saying कि mentally strong होना चाहिए, distraction नहीं होना चाहिए. Is there anything else which you think that these responsibilities कैसे आप इसको handle करते हो and how do you get into those responsibilities?
Okay, so it's like this. You're an officer in the services. So firstly, you should have those officer-like qualities. And officer-like qualities are basically what? Revolving around, effective intelligence, your ability to make decisions, quick decisions, your mental strength, your how you behave toward your subordinates, peers, and the seniors. It's all part of OLQ, and this is slowly you're building up on this. It's not that you don't have OLQs. When you join the NDA, you've been told, how should you behave like an officer. But as you grow, these officer-like qualities are becoming stronger and stronger in you. Okay, and so now as you're performing your reports, you're being assessed, and everybody's got an ambition in life, correct? So with that aim in mind, people do well so that they can do professional courses. They do go abroad. They can do courses in India itself, which is again your personal growth.
So these courses you are talking about for armed forces, they are also available outside the country?
Yes.
Okay.
There are certain courses which are an exchange program, like the Staff College, the NDC.
So doesn't it affect the security of the government? No. Okay.
You're also going to a defense college there.
Okay.
Like we have a defense service staff college in Nilgiris in Kannur. We have NDC in Delhi. We have foreign officers coming in here. So we have our officers also going there, but that's all on merit.
Okay.
It's not given you on a platter. You have to work towards it. So all that comes in, your officer-like qualities, your leadership, your op status, how well you're flying, and most important thing is your communication skills. And I've seen that new generation, the communication skills are good.
Yeah.
The way they talk, they're quite fluent.
Correct.
And whether it's tier 2, tier 3, I think the vernacular background is slowly, they are quite fast in the uptake. You see the typing speed.
Correct.
Okay.
Too fast.
They're quite fast. So they will, when they join the services, they will learn. They will learn what is officer-like qualities, that effective intelligence kya hota hai. Then, and as they grow, like I said, merit mein, yes, I went as a defense attaché to Italy, and I was looking after Spain and Portugal. So that was on selection. So,
Okay.
you know that when you're doing well and you're working hard, there's somebody to look after you. There's somebody there who's, acknowledging your work. And as long as you're sincere, dedicated, your integrity to the services is there, rewards will come. So I got this diplomatic appointment. Initially, of course, हमने खाली flying की थी. अब suddenly embassy में posting हो गई है, तो क्या करना है? That is still a learning factor. So you don't stop learning anytime. So as a diplomatic appointment there was so much I could do for defense cooperation between our countries, and not only defense cooperation towards whether to buy certain equipment, you help our government to assess all that. And as part of my tenure there in Rome, which was 3 years plus, then came this Libyan war, where 2011, a lot of Indians were stuck there. Now, मैं Air Force का हूँ. Okay, now I've got nothing to do with war and evacuation, but that's where you have to learn. That's where leadership comes in, your intelligence, your mental strength to be strong, even though you don't know the situation.
Correct.
So now, sitting in Rome, it was a nice time. We were in the city and doing our work. But now when the evacuation thing came, and it has to be done very fast because things were really going down in Libya, civil unrest. So we couldn't do from Italy. We had to go to Malta.
Okay.
Malta में जाके एक दूसरे ambassador आए थे from Czech Republic. वो leader थे. I was the only military man. I was told to plan everything.
Okay.
There was my DCM, Deputy Chief of Mission from Rome. He was there. And there were some secretary level officers and second secretary were there to help us. But then karna kya हमने? That we didn't know.
Correct, because you don't know the place, you don't know the people, location, anything, even the plan. And everything you have to start from scratch.
So fighter flying सीख ली, leadership कर लिया. Okay, certain appointment बन गए. Diplomatic posting भी कर ली, काफी कुछ कर लिया cooperation में. Now ये new situation came. And so we went there, we had to plan from scratch. And In fact, there was one of my classmates there who was as a professor in Libya. You know, in Libya, and they had a lot of exchange. Well, there were KVs in Libya, Kendriya Vidyalayas. In Libya, yeah, there were teachers, there were doctors, there were professors. So it's not that they just laborers, they were
the professionals also.
All professionals that to be evacuated. So sitting in Malta now, we had to plan everything and to hire a ship, like cruise liners, because there were so many thousands of Indians there. So there were Air India flights where from Egypt they were taking them somehow, but there were so many who were stuck. Air India couldn't take everybody, so we had to hire this ship, like a cruise liner where you could take 2,000-3,000 people, and from Malta to Libyan coast. Man, I had no idea of Navy, but I had to learn about Navy. How to go there, and how can I advise. Now my thing was advisor to the ambassador from the other country, Indian ambassador, and in what capacity can I advise as a fighter pilot? It was totally different kind of mission was there, but we did it. We went to Libyan coast. We did 2 trips. Ratko sea state was so rough. The ship was all over. When we got these people, they were all seasick. They were having nausea and all kind of problems. We had to look after them. But the sense of belonging, कि वो Indians हैं.
Correct.
और हम बाहर बैठे हैं
देश प्रेम.
Yeah, the देश प्रेम की वो Indians हैं. हमको वापस लेके आना है. Whatever the sea state. Okay.
Wow.
रात को गए हम वहाँ लैंड किया, and Libya was full of rebels. हम जैसे the ship was there at the port, we saw the rebels moving around in their with their rifles in their open trucks. It was that unsafe. And our people came in the buses and they quickly got in and we went. So we did 2 trips like that, which was very dangerous. And so much to learn.
Yeah.
मेरे को कुछ idea नहीं था ships के बारे में, what speeds,
Correct.
what fuel they take, where to refuel. I learned everything in that few days. It got about 15-20 days we were there. So it teaches, it's a service, it teaches you.
I actually have a goosebumps when you are telling me the story. It's मतलब आपको first hand experience है. We usually see this only on the news channel, and they say अरे ये हो गया वो हो गया. So this is actually real experience.
It was non-stop. I think we hardly slept. Okay, because we were given that. Because see, when the foreign ministry foreign ministry means what? The top leadership, the prime minister said. He directs the foreign ministry, and foreign ministry then tells the embassies कि ये करना है. So that was the aim, and we have to do it.
Wow.
Once we achieved it,
you will be on the top of the world.
Yeah, we didn't need any sleep. We were so elated. कि सब कुछ हो गया ठीक ठाक.
That itself was a rest for you.
Yeah.
Everything happened peacefully.
Yes.
Wow. So what you have seen right now is only the part 1 of the episode. As Sir's profile was such a great profile for us, we had to shoot it in 2 parts. So please look forward for our part 2.